You're never too old or too young to start a project. You just need to do it. A week 8 recap of The Artist Way. The main theme for this week, and then like the little description, is so recovering a sense of strength. And then as for the description, it says this week tackles another major creative block, time. You will explore the ways in which you have used your perception of time to preclude taking creative risk. You will identify immediate and practical changes you can make in your current life. You will excavate the early conditioning that may have encouraged you to settle for less than you desire creatively. The different sections throughout this week's reading were survival, power, gain disguised as loss, age and time, or like product in the process, and filling the form. So let's talk about it. With the survival section, what I got from it is we have to mourn and accept our losses with being an artist. Not every piece will be liked or bought, or some people won't really care for what we create. I feel like I've talked about this before in like an earlier week, but really just taking criticism with a grain of salt, or just taking what resonates with you, and then just kind of forget the rest. If we have to make peace with what didn't work out, and then heal from that hurt, and that's gonna help us keep things pushing. The first thing to healing is just knowing what went wrong, or maybe where we went wrong or something else, and figuring out a way to move on from it. This is only going to free us from that block, and allowing ourselves to kind of keep replaying what didn't work is just making it harder to break from that block. A part of the book that I liked, it says, every loss must always be viewed as a potential gain. It's all in the framing. Every end has or is a new beginning, and we sometimes forget that going through loss and working with old energy, we have to trust the process. When dealing with loss, take action, but take small steps. Don't go out and just try and jump over a freaking mountain. Do something small for yourself. Do something to cheer yourself up. Do something small to get yourself out of a block. Literally, like, just baby yourself. Just because we may deal with loss doesn't mean it's the end of the world. There is other options to like work with, and there's also going to be new opportunities for us to discover and explore. So we need to use that loss to our advantage. The next little section is talking about age and time, or like product and process. You're never too old or too young to start a project. You just need to do it. There's not ever going to be a right time to start something. The only time is now. Obviously, like, the future is never promised, so we need to get to things right now in the present moment. We get so caught up in the future and planning for the future, and yes, it is okay to plan for the future, but I feel like you can only do so much planning, and when the future comes, it's going to be the present moment, and then we're going to be thinking about the future again, and then that's going to be the present moment, and we're just going to be in this endless cycle, and that cycle does not stop. We need to be in the present. We're losing focus on what is in front of us right now. Enjoy the slowness of things, and the slowness of watching what you're creating come to life. Creativity is the end result, and its process is making the art. So, doing the work points the way and keeps us grounded in the present moment. This little section was called Filling the Form. So it was basically talking about taking small steps. Um, and really, we need to just do little things. And this kind of goes in with like the whole age and time or just the process and the product. But really soaking in the slowness. Every small step you make makes an even bigger step in your process, if that makes sense. I feel like I can see it in my head, but to say that out loud, it didn't really make that much sense. So, yeah, taking small steps, stop trying to jump over a freaking mountain, just do the necessary work that you need to do. Um, so, practicing, use the supplies that you have, make time for yourself. There's 24 hours in a day. You can make time for yourself. If you really want it, you can do it and you will make time for yourself. I feel like that's another thing I do, or just people in general, just complaining instead of doing something. Um, I've let friends go before over things like this, and I cannot be around people that complain about things they want to change in their life, but not put the effort to change what they want to make themselves better. Does that make sense? If you want it, you're gonna do it. You not showing up for yourselves means you don't fuck with yourself. What? What? If you fuck with yourself and the shit you be making, you're gonna show up for yourself and you're gonna put the work in. So, let's lock in, let's focus on now, and let's get this work pushing. But yeah, that is the recap for the reading. What else? Morning pages. I do morning pages still every single day. I just don't post them every single day. I've just been doing maybe every other day. That'll like post me doing morning pages. Artist date for the week. I didn't do an artist date this week just because we've all had the flu and I've just been wanting to be home. I haven't been wanting to go out. So just resting up and recovering. And then what else? Oh, the task this week. I liked the task because I was able to like write more with them, but it just took me so long to like actually start them in the week. So I kind of like did them more towards the end of like the my starting date for like the week. But yeah, that is my recap, and I hope you guys learn something or enjoy these recaps. But on to week 9. See ya!